G'day Steeler Nation, how you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steeler Nation Australia. What's going on, West Country? What's that? Let's go! Baby! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The first ever Foster I saw was in America. I've never seen one
I thought that
here.
was like Australia for beers.
For what?
Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, where the 24-hour stream begins right now. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if I just started right now? By the way, I'm so tired and I've already sworn. But could you imagine if I just started a 24-hour stream with absolutely like no news really going on? The OTAs are on and stuff like that. We want to talk about the OTAs. And guys, this episode isn't G'day Steeler Nation on SEN, so we can swear, we can do what we want, feeding questions. It's legit just to catch up. I just want to catch up with you, the yins are at home. So put in questions and I'll go through the chat. It's just really a Sunday chill out, talking Steelers, all that kind of stuff. But it would be pretty wild if we started the 24-hour stream now. G'day, Felicia. We'll go through the chat in a minute. And I'm always very happy and thankful that the minute you go live, there's 9-10 people in the chat. And that's always been like a fun thing for me to make this channel and do this for the last 4 years. And I've been really busy now juggling like real life, I guess, and YouTube stuff, where I go to work 32, 35 hours a week, whatever it is. And then like, how do you find time to make YouTube stuff? I am, it's very cold here today. I'm wearing a jersey just to keep it a bit warmer. And yeah, let's talk about receiver 2. I don't want to talk about receiver 2. I think we should avoid as best we can Rodgers and as best we can receiver 2. We'll go over some other things as well. But yeah, OTAs start again tomorrow. It's been a pretty fun week. Looking back at some of the highlights, I'm okay. Like, I'm just at the point now. I think all this receiver 2 stuff killed me last year. I think the quarterback stuff's killed me as well, to be honest. I want to go the season right now. I'm now full steam ahead with Mason Rudolph. I don't care if he sucks. I don't care if he's worse than Aaron Rodgers. Every day that goes longer and longer, I can't stand the fact that we're going to get Rodgers. And I know people in the comments will tell me it's all right, but I just can't stand it. I'm just a bit over it, eh? But yeah, it's cold, man. It's pretty cold here in Australia at the moment. Well, I'm from like near Sydney. Like, what is it now? Central Coast weather. What are we? 62 Fahrenheit. It's about 17 degrees. So it will drop down in another 2 hours. It'll go back down to 16, 15. And by 4 p.m., 7 p.m., we'll go back to 11. So it's pretty cold at the moment. About 42 in a few hours' time. So yeah, I got my Tracky Dacks on. I got my jersey on. And I'm just here to chill. So if you guys have any questions, man, let's chuck them in. At some stage, I will be doing not 48 hour. I'll be doing a 24-hour stream, trying to raise a bit of coin to go to Dublin. I don't think I'm going to be able to get tickets, to be honest. There's tickets go on sale next week, and I don't know if I get in queue, I don't know how much they're going to be in terms of like going to the game, but I still want to go to the country. So I'm going to try and go to the country itself and maybe meet a few locals and meet some Steelers fans in Ireland, in Dublin, try and catch up with Steelers Germany, Steelers France, and Steelers Brazil. We've all got a bit of a chat going on here, so that's going to be exciting. I do want to go over there for like a little holiday, a little backpacking holiday for about a month or about 3 or 4 weeks. But I don't know if I can go to the game. But I will be doing a stream probably when there's more things to talk about. Maybe like during August, maybe August or something like that, or a month before we go. I'll do a dead set 24-hour stream where I'll have 2 different streams, 12 hours, and I'll try and get guests lined up for the whole thing. So, no, I saw that and nothing happened out of that, Roberta. So, yeah, 100% Afton. I'm going to try and, I had Tom on the other day. I got some other guys from Steelers UK, Steelers Germany, in this Twitter. Like, you kind of get to know everyone in this podcast space with different international fans. So, yeah, I'm trying to work out. I've got to buy, somehow, some way, but I got to buy tickets, got to buy a flight, but it's just expensive. And also, I can't stress enough how fucking hard it is to organize things from this point. Like, America's, you go to the games and it's, you go to a away game in Miami, or you go to a away game in Chicago. You travel like 4 hours. But being so far away and having being fucking 15 hours in front, 9 hours behind, it does put limitations on what I can do. That's why I appreciate everyone in the chat coming in and saying hello and building this really strong community we have, because it's super hard to wake up every morning and do stuff like that and organize things that I don't even know where I'm going to go, where I'm going to stay in Dublin. I just got to figure it out. But I will be there. I just need to figure it out. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So with the picture of, I thought he was. So I did a video about that. I did a video about Debo. He was signing something. And I'm thinking, is he signing a contract, for the Steelers? Is it like, is he working with the announce team? Is he working for the club? No idea. And nothing's come out of that. So from the Debo thing, nothing has come out of that at all, which kind of sucks. I thought there was going to be a bit of a mini story there in terms of James Debo Harrison becoming something or doing something with the Steelers. And he would be a massive, imagine the leadership that he would bring to the team. And now all the linebackers too, that you got Jack Sawyer, you got TJ Watt in there, you got Alex Highsmith, guys on rotation like Nick Herbig. Imagine having James Debo Harrison a part of the team somehow, some way. And even the middle linebackers too, like Cole Holcomb coming back is going to be pretty big. That's a good story coming out of the Steelers. And yeah, I think he would be, if it was a story where because James signed something, we just don't know what he signed exactly. I have no idea. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Felicia says here, I agree. Mason, the building like Mike Tomlin. We're not discussing people who aren't here. We want volunteers, not hostages. I'm just super tired. Mark. Hey, I do need to laugh today, man. If you can make me laugh if the chat can make me laugh, fucking thumbs up to you. Yeah, I'm was never a fan of Tomlin. I'm sick of fighting people with the Tomlin argument. It's been 4 or 5 years now. I'm over it. I'm so done. I'm just so tired with it. But yeah, he was never really a fan. I can't speak for him, but when he was doing content, he wasn't a fan of Tomlin. But I'm a huge fan of Tomlin. I think he's done tremendous things. The fact that Mike Tomlin has never not had a losing season, and yes, we want to win playoff games. We know that argument, but it's still pretty fantastic to know you can win 9, 10 win games, right? And then you won games of Duck, you won games of Mason, you won games of Fields, and then you switched to Russell Wilson. You got to the playoffs, but then you got burned, right? We just got to get that next step. The next step is huge. G'day, JJ52, what's going on? We'll go back to the top. I didn't say hello to everyone in the chat. This is the chill stream. This is like, and I'll try it if I can, because now I've got my Mondays off. So maybe I'll do a chill stream to check in on your Sundays. You're cracking a beverage, you're eating some pizza, you're having a good time, you're watching nothing because there's nothing on. There's middle linebackers. There's Major League Baseball, not middle linebackers. There's UFL on today, which was over. There's the hockey's back now too. The hockey's like in Stanley Cup. It's Florida Panthers versus Edmonton Oilers who played last year. That's coming up soon. There's NBA as well. The Oklahoma Thunder versus the Pacers. So no real football events on. But there's also other events too. But there's like, I guess the only thing on today was middle linebackers was Major League Baseball. Right, yeah. So big shout out to J-Double. Big shout out to Roberta. Thank you guys. Shout out to Kevin Reed. This is Hey Yenses. What up, Gene Smith? What up, Les? What up, GT? Who else we got? Afton in the house too. Thank you. Felicia as well. Thank you everyone on what time is it over there for you? It must be like midnight. Is it near midnight? Near like 9 p.m. or something like that, 10 p.m. G'day, Chloe in the house too. All the regulars, which is excellent. G'day, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Anyone else new? JJ52, what's up? TD in the building as well. Who else we got? Yeah, 100%, man. It gets a bit tiring and it is tough. JJ52 says, coordinating anything from the US to Far East is hard. I've been dealing with it for 2 years now. Feel your pain. The hardest part, it does frustrate me a bit. And I'll give you a little secret. I think if I was, and this is what my difference because I'm an Australian bloke, but I think if I was living in the USA, I would have more maybe dedicated time to do podcast lives. Now that I'm working more frequent, I have less time. And I'm trying to figure that out, right? But also, like in terms of videos, I think my channel would be gaining more popularity, gaining more steam and push. But it's so, I can't do it. It's fucking hard. I sleep. I go to sleep. When I go to bed, the news wakes up. Adam Schefter says, Roger Wilson, Aaron Rodgers has signed a 2-year contract for $25 million. I miss that. So that's where my channel does struggle. It definitely struggles from the breaking news side. However, where my channel exceeds is the constant support you guys give over the 4 or 5 years I've been doing it, which is fantastic. So I wouldn't trade that for the world. I love what we've built here over the 4 years. The fact I can still keep talking Steelers and support our team. And really, we just want to support our Steelers, right? No matter what happens to them, if we have to sign Aaron Rodgers, I appreciate that. But it is tough. It's like for me to fly to Ireland, I got to save up coin. And it's like 24 hours away. I love going to Christmas in Pittsburgh, but fuck, man, it's so far away. Everything's so... Australia is literally like an island by itself. Everything's far away. It's so far away. But all the connections and podcasts I've done with people and all the stuff with Matty Peverill too, it's been a lot of fun over the years. And I'm going to try and get him back on the podcast too, but he's been busy also. But yeah, who else we got left? Anyone else got left? 9:38. Okay, so 9:30, 10:30. Jada was in Perth. he's all the way out west. That's a fair point. Actually, that's a fair point. Roberta says, I love TJ, but to be honest, I'm getting sick of hearing about every player wanting to be the highest paid player. Just kind of tired of hearing multi-million players wanting more money. I guess they're trying to justify their value and what they're worth. I think that's key in life. I think you should be always, if you think you're worth something in your time, and if you think you are one of the best, maybe that contract justifies that you playing for that contract. That makes sense. But I understand it. There are multi-million-dollar deals, but a lot of sometimes a multi-million-dollar contract gets cut by tax and all these different things too. I kind of push the money side away. I'm not too worried about what Omar Khan does in terms of money, or what the players are making in the biggest deals, this, and this. Like, I just love watching the sport. But as we know that as the sport has evolved and NFL has gotten bigger, it's all about big money contracts. You get the 4-year contract as a draftee. You work as hard as you can. You get the next contract to your team, or you get traded away like George Pickens. And then you got to find that next pay packet, right? And these players, they do play really hard, but also that's what they signed up for. They signed up for the chance for injury. But I get what you're saying. I understand where players, you always want that dollar extra because the receivers do it, the quarterbacks do it. They always want that highest paid at their position. You see the middle linebackers or cornerbacks do it as well. Fully agree. I fully understand where you're coming from in that point. Like, it does get a bit tiring because, I guess most of the fan base who watches the NFL, they're not making millions of dollars, but these guys are. But I think we've just been, as Steelers fans and football fans in general, a lot of it to me is a bit like conditioning. We've been conditioned to support our team no matter what. But then when I look back to when I was a Steelers fan when I was younger, in 2004, 2005 and 6, when I was like growing up watching the game, those were the funnest times because when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15, I didn't understand how the draft worked. I didn't understand really how the divisions worked too well. I didn't understand the game in a sense. All I cared for was cheering on the Hines Ward or Big Ben to throw a TD pass to whoever it may be, Heath Miller into the end zone, and see fast Willie Parker run 60-something yards. Like, that's all I cared about, and I didn't care about too much of the coaches. The game was just fun to watch in a time where also our defense was really fun to watch too in 2008. So now I think we have so much, concentrated content all the time where something happens and the Steelers go and sign a receiver on the depth chart who's like 15th or 10th or whatever. And they're like, why would you make that move? We should be going getting this guy. But overall, it's just one big business. And I think our business really at the end, I've always said it, our business at the end of the day should be supporting the team. Even if I'm not a fan of bringing in Aaron Rodgers. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to see it happen. I've still got to support the team because I can't change now. I've been in the fan 24 years. But the team to me is looking pretty exciting. G'day, Darkstorm. What's going on? JJ said the best when teams. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Teams emphasize that they're making business decisions, but they get upset when players do the same. Yeah, I hear from both sides. I think the TJ Watt situation, I think a few years ago we went through this and they sorted it out. I think he signed before training camp. I think he'll do the same. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would be absolutely stupid to not sign him or to trade him away. I think that'd be a really stupid move by the franchise. And I can't. I'm not the owner, but you've got one of the best talented defensive players right now in the NFL, future Hall of Famer TJ Watt. Still wants a ring. His whole goal is to play for Pittsburgh. There's no way they're going to get rid of him. There's no way they're going to trade him. Any rumor that comes up about TJ being traded is absolute fucking bullshit. It's so dumb. I think it's silly. I think even to question that a guy on your team like that, a leader, TJ Watt, who leads the Steelers in sacks, you sign him for a multi-year deal. You sign him for a 4-year, a 4 or 5 year deal. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's going to get paid for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if he has said that either, but you never know. He's well worth it. 100% he's well worth it. And so is TJ. Sign Rodgers and pay TJ and then signing a vet receiver would be preferable. Yeah, I guess I get a paranormal. I guess for like the sense, I just don't like the bloke. You guys know I don't like the bloke. I haven't been a fan of fucking Rodgers like since what, 4 or 5 years ago, and maybe it was when he beat us in Super Bowl 45. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of his overall persona. I'm not a fan actually the way he even plays the game now too. I think he is old and washed up and slower. I don't think he's the quarterback we need for this team. I think Rudolph could do it, and he could do an okay job to a good job. But then they're saying that if we sign Rodgers, then he's going to do a great job. I just don't see it. I don't see how this team can turn into a Super Bowl contender with Rodgers. The Jets talked about that. The Jets said we were going to sign Rodgers. He broke his leg ACL, and they were meant to turn around and be a Super Bowl contender. I think you just go with Mason and see what happens. And the guy's doing things. I know a lot of you guys saw my content with the President Trump and Mason Rudolph, Rocky Bly, and Miles Killebrew. I understand you guys are left versus right. You guys are red versus blue. I could give two shits about that. I don't care. But I still think that a president or President Trump giving recognition to your quarterback is pretty cool. I think somehow, some way, if Mr. Trump or whoever it was, the president of the United States, POTUS, said, hey, Mark, you're doing a really great job down there in Australia, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. I hope you're doing well, Paranormal. Sorry for being gone and battling health issues. You do the best that you can do. You keep checking in, and I hope you are doing very well. I remember you from a few months ago, so I hope you're getting getting the right treatment that you need and the rest, a lot of rest as well. We're sending our prayers to you. Hope you do well, mate. So just keep coming back and we'll keep going live as well. TD says, Mark, you should be the owner and then hire me to be the equipment manager. It'd be fun to own a team. Like, I think if anything, if you were a millionaire or say had a few dollars, maybe you could go and buy a UFL team. That'd be cool. Yes, I'm good with the stash too. That's Mason Rudolph all the way until, and the thing is, maybe it's more, and I understand that Rodgers could sign the next few days, but maybe it's just a point that like we overtalk it and we have to because it comes up in the news cycle. But I think it's getting to a point now. It's like, when are you going to sign? You got to play before June minicamp. You need to be there. So it's now or never. If you don't sign, we play in 3 months. The Pittsburgh Steelers play in 3 months, 15 weeks away. And apparently our quarterback number 1 is not on the roster. So I'm getting fucking over it. I'm just so done. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I know people, like I said, left and right, blue and red. I understand the difference. I understand the political, uproar and political sides. I get it. That's what we can all agree on. We love our team, the Steelers. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Hooly dooly. You need my ex-coworker 12-hour shift and she talk nonstop every day. I couldn't feel 12 hours. It's very tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's even tough doing 21 minutes. And sometimes silence is good. But I guess on a podcast where you're meant to talk, the whole game is to talk. You need to talk, right? It's all good. It's all good. You get healthy. You get better, and we'll be fine. Afton's been a member for 14 months, and I appreciate all the HDU people because I have been so busy that I don't do members content anymore. I just don't do videos. Well, I should, but I don't. JJ52 says, I never liked Rodgers either. He's so overrated, Diva, that I just don't get it. I don't understand the, what's the word? Infatuation? Maybe the overall. Everyone does drool over him. I don't know, dude. He's a good quarterback, but he's not great. I would prefer like a Josh Allen or a Big Ben. I'd prefer, and they're saying, well, if we don't go and get Aaron Rodgers, we're going to get Kirk Cousins. Tell you what, I would prefer Kirk Cousins. He's 4 years younger, and if you're going to sign one of them, I would prefer Kirk Chains over Rodgers. I just find him insufferable to watch. And I was going to say he's going to be, I can be okay with it, like a few months ago, but it keeps going day by day by day. But we'll find out. But yeah, thank you, Afton, for the 14 months. That's everyone who checks in and sends coin my way for the monthly HDU payment. So much appreciated. And I haven't done what I should be doing is more members and stuff like that. We will be doing NFL Fantasy again. So if you're not involved in that, I can try and get you in. I think we have 18 to 20 teams. So if we're going to organize that in the next 2 months. And shout out to Homer. Homer sent me he sent me an email saying you can restart the fantasy and get things moving. So we'll try that. But yeah, appreciate that. Everyone's been in the HDU crew for like, 2 years. Years go fast, man. It's been 6 months since Christmas, and it just goes fast. I think every time, the more you work and more stuff goes on, things go quick. Dark Storms, I saw Debo thing on Facebook, and on Facebook, 95% of Steelers news is BS. Yeah, but the Debo thing was true. So Debo was James Harrison. He was, signing a picture, and he put out a post saying, #Steelers, here we go, Steelers, let's go. That's why I talked about it. But you make a good point. The other, you know what I'm finding really frustrating at the moment is fucking Steelers sites that are absolute AI garbage that put out. The Steelers have now traded TJ Watt to the Packers, and a lot of this stuff on the internet is also just AI bullshit. It's fake accounts that comment. It's also fake accounts that make stuff up, and it's very tough to be an original product on YouTube and in Facebook land. And people are just sick of seeing if I put images up there, it looks like it's AI. It's fake. So yeah, the Debo thing was real. But the other stuff there, I agree with you 110%. That there's so much absolute garbage that we consume online is all BS. It's very tough, Chloe. It's very tough. We keep talking about it. G'day, Jamie. What's going on, mate? Start Will Howard. We can talk about that. I don't know if that's a right decision. I think, if anything, if the team were to start Will Howard and then he doesn't play good football and say he goes 0-3 or he doesn't, he's throwing interception, he's not really caught up to the playbook, he's not really the fit for the Steelers yet, then you'd have to move back to Rudolph. I would prefer, I know it sounds bad for Rudolph, but I would prefer the Steelers start with Mason Rudolph and see how that works out. Get Will Howard up and ready to go. Then there's no pressure. They signed this guy with a 6th-round pick, and to me, as even a fan lens and an organizational coaching lens, there's no pressure. But you want him to get better. But Kenny Pickett got thrown into the Wolves, and he had Matt Canada as the offensive coordinator. Will Howard has Arthur Smith and the backing of Tomlin, but there's no pressure to start him straight away. So I'm not too worried if they do or don't. And there's all this talk about we're going to get a quarterback next year in 2026, but we haven't even finished the season yet. So I would prefer them, honest to goodness, sign a QB from somewhere else, start Mason Rudolph. He's got a 2-year deal. He knows Pittsburgh. He knows how to play there. He's got a good deep ball. He's pretty strong arm. He's 6 foot something. He's got a mustache. Play him. Just play Rudolph. But Will Howard, if you want to throw him into the Wolves, you could throw him into the Wolves too. So we'll see. But we just got to wait. I had a MySpace back in the day as well. He is overrated, 100%. I had a MySpace 2011? Dude, time flies. Time absolutely flies. Yeah. So anyone got any questions? Put some questions in the chat about what you want to, I don't know. What do you want to see next week? Any questions about what you want to see next week happening in Steelland? I would prefer them to come out and say that he's retired, and then the Steelers come out and say that Rudolph's going to be their number one quarterback, but they won't do that. Even though Rudolph has been highlighted on the Steelers.com with Missy Matthews, doing the talking with Trump, and Rocky Bly, which is a really cool thing to do. They're almost leading that he could be QB number one, but they're not saying it yet. You know what I mean? So what do you guys want to see next week? What do you want to see happen? They're going to OTAs, I think, tomorrow. I enjoyed the first part of OTAs. I like the way that Caleb Johnson dude, I've been watching highlights too. The Caleb Johnson guy, he looks super fit, physical. So could he be an RB1 in the future? Jalen Warren seems checked in. These fellas, running back core, I think it's a better running back core than it was last year. In terms of, I love Najee, but now Najee moving on, getting Kenny Gainwell to be the third, Caleb Johnson the second, and Warren to be the first, and maybe rotate guys around in that setting. It's been pretty exciting from that standpoint. Even with our tackles too, with Fartani, watching him play as well at right tackle and Jones to move to left, and apparently he's lost weight. So, you mean Tom? Yeah, you mean Tom from MySpace? Oh man, it was ages away. It was a long time away. Yeah, it feels like yesterday, but legit, I was there six months. Yeah, AI is garbage. AI. I just use AI for the cover. Not garbage, but AI. Steelers AI is garbage. I can't handle it. It's done. Yeah. Howard needs not to start. He doesn't need the pressure. I agree. True. Good point. If Howard starts later in the year, it will be Mason struggling. I think that would be, and to be honest, maybe Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers could be a good thing. If he were to start, then he struggles. Would Coach Tomlin bench Aaron Rodgers and then start Rudolph? Maybe. I don't know. It does feel like that. 14 years ago. Yeah. 14 years ago. It's insane. That's what I asked the question, what do you want to see? Ideal scenario, if Coach Tomlin said Rudolph is our QB1, we're gonna have QB1, they go and find a QB4 somewhere else. Skylar Thompson third, Will Howard's 2, and don't pursue A-Rod. But it still feels like they're going to get A-Rod. But I hear you. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Someone told me the other day in the comments, I don't know who it was, but, or was it Daredevil? Daredevil said that the AI still thought that Kevin Colbert was our owner. But there is so much, though. Doing this content stuff online and YouTube stuff, right, for many years, you just see a lot of this shit. You see garbage websites turn over things, and the minute that someone gets connected to a player, to a receiver, they talk about that guy being the biggest receiver since, sliced bread or whatever. Or they connect all the bullshit stories. So there's a lot of rubbish out there. So much rubbish. And it's getting worse. It's 100% getting worse. You don't know what's real and what's not real. Yeah, it's a good point. There was talk last week about the tight end, Jonas Smith, the connection. That's fizzled off. It was like for a day and a half, there was trade talks. And probably Omar Khan's probably ringing everyone for receiver. I still think that they would probably bring in some receiver as well. Yeah, I agree. Comes in with an injury too. But yeah, put some questions in. Put some questions in. Ask me Steeler stuff. All right, let's go to a quick break so I can get like a water. And by the way, this is not the show for Steelers Curtain Network. We're just chilling out. And then, yeah, ask me some questions about Steelers, and then we'll go to a quick break and come back and maybe do another half an hour or an hour or so. Just chilling on your Sunday. I just want to say, like, it has been a frustrating off season, but I'm excited this year for DK Metcalf. I'm excited to see if Rudolph can play and see he can prove the haters wrong and maybe not the haters, but prove people wrong to a sense. Right? I know people don't like his play, that's fine, but you can prove people wrong. I want to see Jalen Warren in an RB1 role. I'm excited now to see Caleb Johnson. I think he's looking fantastic in OTAs and camp. He looks like he wants to be a future Steeler and he wants to go off, right? Calvin Austin into his role. Roman Wilson into his role. Jones at left tackle. I saw comments out there saying this is one of the worst off seasons ever. But if you pay attention to the actual fucking moves that happened, even getting Darius Slay at cornerback to help out Joey Porter on the other side, things have been moving and changing. Mike Tomlin talked about there's going to be a lot of change. Even changing Jones to left side and getting rid of Daniels on he left and Dan Moore, it's going to be a different offense. And now Arthur Smith can run it maybe with more tight ends, and maybe fucking Rudolph is the guy to find the quarterbacks over the middle and start finding Washington and Muth and those guys over the middle. So there's been change in the offense, but we're all just so consumed by who's that quarterback. And it's I wish it would end. I really do wish it would end. That we'd find out who's going to be QB1 so we can talk about it. But I'm excited for RB. I'm excited for the comeback that is real for Cole Holcomb and his rotation. And also like Peyton Wilson, I've been hearing stories and podcasts with him that he's getting ready to work next to Patrick Queen. The big guys up front, Y.A. Black and Derek Harmon and his story. I think that's fun too. Like I think there's some good Steelers in this offseason where they're saying we can't win 6 games, like Dan Orlovsky said, or whatever bullshit that was. But we're still the Steelers, and they're gonna have a chance to win games and sign TJ, and it's gonna be a fun season. But the off season has that receiver Ayuk mentality around it of like we need Ayuk, we need A-Rod, and the media won't stop fucking talking about A-Rod. Woof. All right, so let's go to a break, and I'll come right back. I need some new videos too, man. You know what I should do? I need to make some different videos because Ray Gun's dead. Well, she's not dead, but Ray Gun is like, she's gone. Ray Gun's over. I don't have anything else. I don't know what else I have. I could play this one, but that will set you guys into a tangent. Hey, Ray Gun will do for now.
hear me? Can you answer the question?
Yes.
Alrighty. Ray gun is not relevant anymore. She was last year. I'm still using my 2024 intro. I'm still using ray gun as a halftime break to get a water. Not much has changed really. And here we are still with 19 people in the chat. So I freaking love it. Thank you, Afton. Still entertaining as fuck. Love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope so too. I really do hope so. I just hope he can prove everyone wrong. And look, the minute he starts, I think every single NFL analyst is going to say he's the 32nd best quarterback in the league. Because you know what I think a lot of it is too. He's not that entertaining. Maybe he's not the most confident speaker on the mic. He's not that, I guess he can lead by example with our team, and the players love him, right? He can do that. And he's also been through a lot of ups and downs in the league too, getting hit by the Raven, getting his own helmet whacked at him. But he's not that overall charismatic guy. And I don't think that people like that. They don't like that shyness from him. So I hope he can just go in there and prove everyone wrong. I would love to see him go into week 1 or at least 4 weeks and have 6 TDs, maybe in 4 weeks, 800 yards or 1,000 yards and say, look at me. I would love it. I would love to see him just prove everyone wrong. But until the Steelers actually, say he's the quarterback number 1, we don't know. But he's also acting like he's quarterback number 1 in that sense. 100%. Anyone else come in? G'day, Alex. What's going on? Ray Gun's a classic. Yeah, it's pretty fun to do. Everyone was doing it. And yeah, she was like celebrity, but yeah. Here we go. Question here from JJ52. For many of the past years and this year, my biggest concern was O-line and the secondary. Will Slay make big plays? Will Nickelback be good? Will the 2 young OT? That's very true. There is, and I think even Bubba's been talking about that too as well from Steelers Dynasty podcast. If these tackles don't live up to what they should be doing, and getting better, and also like Broderick Jones getting better at his position, which I have faith that he can. But if he's making mistakes and not playing up to his ability and maybe not getting better, then the Steelers have just wasted again a draft pick, right? But I'm not jumping off the horse just yet. They've obviously gone to the second year coming back from injury, and that wasn't good for Faatanu. But that's a pretty big, I guess, talking point is, will the Steelers be able to be sufficient or be good at that position, at those tackles, right? If they're playing good football and the rest of the O-line is moving and giving time for Mason Rudolph to throw the ball, or at least time to maybe roam outside the pocket, or they can, in the run game, they can push people back, then yeah, it's going to be a success. But if they don't, then they've just, exactly right. If they don't live up to their draft value, then we're in a lot of trouble. Hooly dooly. I agree with you there. If it was 5 years ago and he was 38 or 37, it's a whole different talking point. The fact that he's 42 years of age, not keen at all. He's 7 years older than me. I know how my body feels now at 35. But like, I guess he's still training, but I don't know. I don't feel like Rodgers does anything for us. I legit don't think he moves a needle to make us win more games. I don't see it, but we'll find out soon. 100%. Mason is a leader. He's still young, but I will always believe in our reindeer. I think it would be a better season, an easier season as a Steelers fan. I think if people want that season where, you could only win 6-7 games and maybe you want to start Mason because he could go that direction. But at the same time, I think there's less drama. I know people want the Steelers to tank so we get a better draft pick. I would never want that. But at the same time, I think Rudolph will give you the best chance to have drama-free football. You can root for the guy. He's coming back to his team. And the probably the biggest underdog story maybe in the NFL next year will be Mason Rudolph. In terms of everyone counting him out and he's coming back. Roberta says, I think that Will learn more from Mason than Rodgers. the big thing is too, is Rodgers isn't even there. It's June. It's June 1st. June 1st, he's not there. They need players. I want players who want to win. They need players who turn up and start to be a part of the team. That's why I went on this massive roller coaster. From one point, I'm like, I would accept Rodgers, 2 months ago if he signed. Now I don't want to see him. I just think it's stupid. I think the Steelers just need to move on. 100% it does. It does move fast. I think Darkstorm, by the way, Darkstorm's about 5 minutes behind in comments. So if you want to catch up, click the live button and you'll catch up. But you'll probably hear that in 5 minutes. But it does. G'day, Toddy. What's going on? Brady was boring till he showed what he can do. I hope they do give him a chance. I don't know if we should do a poll, but I would say most of us in here would want to give Rudolph a legitimate chance to be off season. Give him a true off season, and right now he's doing it. QB1, he's doing QB1 reps. He's QB1 right now until something happens, and he's answering questions about about Rodgers that he shouldn't have to. He's getting asked about what's going to happen when Rodgers gets here, all this kind of stuff. But right now, the Steelers are going with QB1 to be Mason Rudolph. It's going to be a thing unless that guy signs. So, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, we've got 20 people in the house on a random Sunday in the middle of June on Steelers Nation Australia. The more that I do this, it makes me so thankful that people just turn up out of nowhere. They're like, "Oh shit, let's go talk some Steelers." Right. So I'm gonna look through maybe the Steelers website because I don't know what to talk about next. In terms of what's happening, because now we got the OTAs, right? OTAs tomorrow. I guess the Steelers are going into their second phase. They got photo, or was it second phase or week 2? Maybe what I'll do, let me just look for some photos. Cameron Hayward too, he turned up. He turned up into OTAs, so he was asked about that. And he's I guess trying to get all the young bucks ready to go. I think Cameron Hayward in his excellent career as a Steeler, he looks like he could be retiring this year or next year, which could be interesting. Cameron Hayward's had a hell of a career to be a Steeler. The fact that was he what? When someone mentioned Jidda was in 2011, he started in 2011, so that's freaking entertaining. That's so crazy. He started what was that? 3 years? No, Cameron Hayward was the year after the Packers. Yeah, he was year after the Super Bowl 45, right? He was a rookie draft after that. So, trade Tomlin, dead set. He's gone. Where was I? Yeah, he looks fun there. Keanu Benton did a podcast too with Beanie Bishop. I got to watch that again. I have that time. But yeah, Cameron Hayward, number 97, absolute veteran, same age as me, but he looks 50. You know what I'm saying? He's just a grown ass man, talking business, making business happen. Steelers going to the OTAs next week. Got a picture of here of Alex Highsmith. He's going to be, I think, interesting to watch too. Next to TJ, I think he talked about in an interview as well, Highsmith could be moving around. So when they do eventually sign TJ Watt, maybe you'll see him move around on maybe TJ Watt's side. They definitely need to be more, I think, creative on the defensive scheme and not so vanilla in that sense where they're going to, I guess, force TJ Watt out of it. But also saying that, bringing in a guy like Darius Slay, and I think having Minka on the team too now, Minka's going to hopefully get more chance to have action on the ball and start getting picks. I'm always super excited about defense, so I would love to see them bring back the blitz, and maybe there can be guys like that on the team. But yeah, Highsmith was I think I saw a tweet the other day that he was talking about moving around the defense in different schemes and trying to go from different launch points of rushing the quarterback, So there's a picture here of Jack Sawyer. He's going to be in rotation as well with Herbig. So Herbig, Jack Sawyer, Highsmith, TJ, probably some of your best outside linebackers in the NFL. Cameron Hayward, leader of man. There's a lot of good photos. Tomlin talking to Hayward. They have a really good connection. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if Cameron Hayward ever went into a coaching role. If he had his podcast and maybe he stepped away for a bit after the game, and then he's only 35, 36. And as, we get older watching football, maybe Cameron Hayward goes into a coaching role like Carl Dunbar or something like that. Very well-spoken guy, very well-respected guy in the locker room, and definitely a Steeler through and through, right? Holy dooly. Picture here of Roman Wilson too. He's another one that's in the OTAs. He's working out. I saw some highlights of him running crazy. That's a good question. The Hines Ward, I think, what he was doing, he was a Jets. I don't know what he's doing now. He was working with the Jets as a receivers coach, I think. And then he went to the UFL as San Antonio Brahmas head coach. And then after that, nothing. So I have no idea. What these guys are doing on a personal level in terms of that. But yeah, Hines Ward maybe hasn't got the opportunity. Maybe they haven't given him a chance. I don't know. Maybe he's not the right coach for them. It doesn't always work out where a former player comes back to coach. Definitely does. If we can get a championship with the Steelers, I would love to see that too. I would love to see all this shit, to be very honest, all this shit go down where everyone hates us. Everyone says we're a losing shit team. And then Mason Rudolph and the defense came out and just fucking teared up. And they just went to town. They won number 7. I wouldn't let it go. I would just be going to every podcast, every channel, every Facebook saying Mike Tomlin got his championship again. Sucked in, you losers. I'd be saying that Rudolph definitely deserves respect. It would be insane. It's going to be very tough, and I'm not predicting us to win the Super Bowl next year or this year. But imagine if it did. Imagine the ride that would be if the Steelers went on a magical run where they played really good football in terms of running the rock and gave DK Metcalf some 1,000 yards or a lot of catches, and he was your number one receiver. And Austin got involved, and Rudolph was on fire. Our defense was allowing 25 points a game, 24, 21. And we had that ride where you went, here's a chance. It'd be freaking insane. 1999 was 20 years ago. A bit more than that. Would you show up to OTAs if you didn't have to? I think it would depend. It would depend on what I wanted to do. If I was a professional athlete, and this is my serious answer. If I was a professional athlete and I was a footballer, depending if I had to get in shape, or if I was doing working out on my own time, I think OTAs would have to be depending on the person, So for instance, TJ Watt just had a baby and stuff like that. Maybe he doesn't need to show up to OTAs. And of course, I don't think he was there last time, but it all depends on what the actual person wants to do in getting ready for the season. I'm not worried about TJ Watt or DK Metcalf or whoever's missing the season. It doesn't bother me at all. As long as they're ready and fit, ready to go for training camp and ready to play football at the end of it, then everything's all good. Holy dooly. Which is the best idea for a video? I missed out which one it was. You want me to trade Tomlin? If I did that, I would be super famous. I thought he might have been. No, Detroit has Randall L. Randall L is the Detroit's coach. Yeah. G'day, Larry. What's going on? Is key decision is offense line can improve? Can we run the ball? I hope so. That's what I think. That question that came up from JJ52 was the outside tackles. Are they going to prove that we are the draft? G'day, Joey. Are they going to prove the tackles that we're going to be draft worthy? The number 1 pick overall for Jones, left tackle. His solid position now. Right tackle is Troy Fautanu. But I do like the guys. I think we've got good guys in depth as well. They signed who's that center? There's a center by the Steelers. Can't remember his name. What do I have? I've got the Dallas Cowboys freaking thing up. I must have been looking at Pickens. But yeah, also depth behind our positions. Who was the center that we had? Spencer Anderson and Ryan McCollum, they got signed as backups. And yeah, Troy Fautanu, he's going to have his chance, right? But Calvin Anderson, he was right tackle, and Dylan Cook. So you want to hope so that this starting 5 with Ciamalo and those boys up front can wreak havoc. I think they will. I'm pretty confident in their offensive line. It's much better than a few years ago. I haven't talked about even, Robert Woods, a veteran receiver. Like, this team is different. Mike Tomlin said it last year. There's going to be changes, and it's very different. They got rid of Pickens. They got in a vet receiver with Woods now. He's going to be fun to watch. Mason Rudolph right now is QB1, so I'm going with that. It's still, I don't know. Any way you look at it, it's still pretty exciting to me. It's still exciting to see what happens and how this team can transform into hopefully our playoff team. And the defensive line got better too. So, yeah, some interesting things are happening. All right. Who came in then? Yeah, g'day, Joey. What's going on, mate? We are live. I might try and go live every Sunday if I can, because I have Mondays off now. So I've got Monday off, and I've got 18 people in the chat, which is fantastic. And we've been talking for 50 minutes. Like I said, this was a chill stream, just chilling out, having a good time. I was jokingly going to say that I was going to do a 24-hour stream, but I'll probably do that in August. I'll probably do a 24-hour stream. Yeah, maybe August or July. G'day, Pepper. What's going on? Pepper's in the house too. We're doing very well. So, yeah, I got to find more time, guys, to get back online and talk football. I know the overall thing now is Aaron Rodgers. I'm happy with Mason Rudolph. I don't want him. I don't want the other bloke. But I understand people have different opinions and stuff like that. But I think this team, it should have a good shot to win games. I don't think we're going to like go 0-15 or 2-15, like many people are saying we're going to do. So I know that the team isn't set right now, and the overall talk has been receiver too. But I want to bring up one thing as well, and I might talk about this. Here you go. I got homemade some rhubarb jam vanilla ice cream. Here you go. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, get fucked. Seagulls, mate. I don't know if did you see the game? The Seagulls went played well. Let me check the score. I watched the game the other day. Tell you what, they versed the Broncos on the weekend. No, they won 34-6. They killed them. If you guys ever want to get into it, it was probably very tough to watch. But National Rugby League is like the code that we watch here, and my team and also Matty Peverill's team is the Manly Sea Eagles. They versed the Brisbane Broncos on the weekend, and then they won 34-6. So when Daredevil says that, they didn't get lucky. They got stomped. There was a new bloke on the outside. Clayton, he's a winger. And you guys should watch it too. It's pretty fun. It's not rugby, it's rugby league. Type in rugby league, Manly Seagulls highlights. There was a new winger for the Seagulls. He was playing on fire. I can't remember his last name. Clayton something. There you go. Yeah, but rugby league, not rugby. Rugby's different. Rugby's the one with the scrum. So you know the guy from the Philadelphia Eagles, Jordan Mailata. He used to play for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. But we do play rugby here as well, but this is called rugby league. And in the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Jordan Mailata was playing for them. He took a gamble. He went to college. He went to college and played for someone over there, I think. And then he ended up getting drafted by the Eagles or whatever. And now he's at the highest paid left tackle or left guard, whatever the fuck he is, in like the highest paid Australian, because he took a gamble. And that's where I think the scrum comes from. The tush push that the Philadelphia Eagles do, or the brotherly shove, that is so reminiscent of a scrum. If you go and watch a scrum where the big guys up front push and the guys behind, they lock in and they all push together, that's a huge, and that could have come from his experience too with the NRL, because we do scrums too. But yeah, shout out to Joey. Joey just says, I've got a new job as a park ranger. I've got to save as much money I can to get Pittsburgh for the draft. Joey, I will see you there somehow, some way. I think a lot of us are coming together to, try and meet up in a pub or something like that. We will hold some kind of event in next year, 10 months time or whatever it is. Or what is it? Yeah, 10 months time to get there. So we'll find a way to catch up. And if you have a beer and have some coffee or whatnot, if you don't drink beer, have a good time. Yeah, we're going to do it. But yeah, congrats, man, on the job. Park ranger. So what do you do as a park? Is it when are you one of the dudes that just walks around, like in a tourist area? And if there's I don't know what you do. What do you do as a park ranger? That just reminds me of who was the Yogi Bear? Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. So that's pretty cool though. But yeah, we will make it happen for sure. I can't believe we have 22 people in the house. That's crazy. 22 people in the live chat talking Steelers, getting ready for our team. And right now, my position is I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers. I want to see Mason Rudolph. I'm happy for the offense. 2 start Warren. I'm happy for DK Metcalf. Roman Wilson, he'll be 2. Maybe Calvin Austin can be 3 at slot corner. Yeah, I'm keen to see players like that. I'm keen to see like Mason have a chance to develop to be a good quarterback if that's the route they go. I don't know. Wasn't there a Ranger? Isn't there like a? Was it in the Yogi Bear and stuff like that? Wasn't he always like fighting with a Ranger? And I don't know. This is like I always just saw in the comics. Was he like? Yeah, like Ranger Smith. That's right. In the AI has helped me here. In the cartoon world of Yogi Bear, the Ranger, often referred as Ranger Smith, is the main antagonist to Yogi and Boo Boo. He's a by the book park ranger who consistently frustrated Yogi Bear's mischievous antics, especially in his habit of stealing picnic baskets. Is that what you do, Joey? Are you Ranger Joey? Are you stopping bears from stealing picnic baskets? Oh, that's good. AI can be really helpful. It says here Ranger Smith's role was he's the authority figure in Jellystone Park, responsible for maintaining order and protecting visitors. Their conflict was Yogi's constant attempts to steal picnic baskets and clash with Ranger Smith's duty to uphold the park's rules and keep visitors safe. I guess that's what you do, right? I know you hate him. You hate him like I hate fucking Aaron Rodgers. That's dope. We got 36 parks in my city. That's awesome, dude. Are you like Ranger Smith? Are you like trying to, if you see a bear like Yogi Bear and he's stealing picnic baskets, are you the one saying you can't do that? Stop, mate. Like you're going to fight with a bear. But yeah, congrats, man. Anytime someone gets a job and does what they love, it's fantastic. Kevin Reed says Johnson and Warren will have 1,000 yards, in my opinion. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see a run focus offense. What we want to do. Yeah, man. Oh, he's like Walker, Texas Ranger. Wasn't that when what's his name? Chuck Norris. Doesn't Chuck Norris roundhouse everyone? Anytime I saw that show, it was like I used to watch that show when I was away off from school. I was like I called in sick or whatever, and you put up on Channel 7, Channel 9, whatever it was on. And then you just see Chuck Norris and Walker, Texas Ranger, walking around. Somebody would be doing something wrong, and you just go roundhouse and just kick him in the face. Even worse. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Pepper. So I guess then to ask Pepper, who would you want to start quarterback for the Steelers? If it were to be anyone, would it be Howard or would it be someone who's not named on the roster yet? Yeah, let me know who you think. Yeah, there's one of my favorite ones, which is the one. What is it like? Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the world down or something like that. When he's doing push-ups, he doesn't push up from the ground. He pushes the world down. What is it like? Chuck Norris is what is it like? Chuck Norris hides under the boogeyman's bed. There's tons of them, dude. There's tons. They're funny too, man. He's like what? He's an American icon for you guys. Chuck Norris was in a lot of movies, and he was like like the dude. I used to when I was younger too, watching Van Damme. Watching Van Damme kick ass was fun. Any movie he was in, walking around, and next minute they'd steal his bike or something like that. Or they'd bump him on the way out and they'd call him a name. Van Damme would fuck him up. Steven Seagal, he'd fuck him up too. He wouldn't take no shit. Some of these dudes when I was younger watching these fighters in the movies they were Was it a hard place to run for Van Damme or something like that? He was on the run or something. And the next minute, you'd see him drive. You see him drive to a local gas station, right? And all Van Damme wants to do is drive to a local gas station, get out, buy some bread, maybe buy some smokes, right? And when he's coming out of the gas station, he's got his smokes and a beer in one hand, walks over, and then some local, group is like, "Hey, what are you doing? You parked in my spot." And he's like, "It's my spot now." And they just start fighting, Yeah, Chuck Norris pissed in a trunk's fuel tank, and that truck turned into Optimus Prime. Love it. There's heaps of jokes, man. So good. Some of those movies are so much fun though. They're so much fun when I was younger. When I was like growing up, being like 12, 13, 14. Just those like American made, jump on a Harley kind of movie, drive around and just fucking bash people. Like Rambo. Rambo's sick. Like Rambo's gets in a bit of trouble. Then they need Rambo to save the war. Yeah, Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee. I don't know who would win that one, but I watched a lot of Van Damme when I was younger, for sure. He was fun, but yeah, if you want to feed the jokes in, you definitely can. But yeah, I know you guys are like, "Oh, is that a scene? Is that a real scene? No, is that a real thing? No way. Is that a real Chuck Norris versus? It's a real thing. What movie is that from? There you go. The Way of the Dragon? There you go. All right, I have to watch it. Jeez. Even he was pretty crazy too. Bruce Lee was crazy. These dudes are insane. All right, I'll watch that later. Holy dooly. Oh my goodness. All right, Enter the Dragon. Yeah, Van Damme was fun. Toddy says Steven Seagal was a fraud. Fair enough, but he was very entertaining in movies. He was pleasing to the eyes. Peppers. Oh my goodness. You know what too? John Wick's that's a great series of films. The first one I said I'm a huge, as you guys know, I'm a huge dog person. I love pretty much dogs more than people. I think I can connect with dogs a bit easier because they're quiet and chill. The dogs are awesome, right? But you go and watch the John Wick film. If you've never seen John Wick, you need to watch it. A certain part where the hooligans or the thugs break into his house and they kill his dog, and John Wick absolutely goes off. He fucking just tears them up. And then the what is it? The dad, when the son comes talking to him, I've said this story before, you guys know it. He walks up, he's like, I stole this guy's car and I killed his dog. And the dad's like, "Who was it?" And he's like, "Oh, this, blah, 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 John Wick or whatever." And he went, "You're dead. You're dead. You're dead." Yeah, he's dead. The dad already knows. The dad already knows that you messed with the wrong person and also you killed his dog. It's over. Like the dad's saying, "Thanks, mate. See you later. Thank you for being my son. Your time is up. The next time John Wick sees you, you're gonna die." That's so crazy. Yeah, one of the probably the saddest parts of that movie is messing with his dog. Should never mess with a man's dog ever. And John Wick absolutely tears him up. Oh, you're watching them. There you go. Middle watching John Wick's. Well, then go back to the start. There's like 3 of them, right? Yeah, it's good fun. I haven't seen that movie for a long time, but I do remember that scene when the robbers come in and they do all the business and they end up shooting his dog, and then John Wick's like pissed off, right? He's just absolutely furious. And then he goes to tell his dad, and the father scene, like you said, there's 4 of them, okay. And he goes to tell his dad, and the punk's like, "Yeah, blah, blah, I did this, I did that, this, and whatever." And the dad's like, "You're gonna die. You don't fuck with John Wick. John Wick's gonna kill you." And Keanu Reeves is a really good actor too. Hooey dooey. Can we get that from Mason Rudolph? Can Mason Rudolph be the John Wick? Can he walk into this season, 2025, and take the Steelers on a magical run, like a big run to go and win the division? I would love, first, to be honest, I would love to see a Steelers have a home playoff game. I think a home playoff game, win the division. I think Steelers could, maybe get 12 wins or 11 wins and beat the Ravens in the last week or whenever they're playing. Well, they're versus the Browns last week. I don't know who's the last game. I forget who the last game is. They're maybe the last game versus the Ravens. They can beat them to win the division. So they go 12 and 5 to win the division. I would love that. Of course, with the Jets coming up first, September is only 15 weeks away, and then gonna try and get the Dublin as best I can to see this fucking game. But they're all talking about Justin Fields and the Jets and that kind of stuff. But I think we should have a pretty good chance. Looking back at it again, to go 10 and 7, maybe 11 and 6, around that to win the division. The point is always to win the division and get a home playoff game in one of the hardest divisions too. You met Keanu Reeves. There you go. His dude was very laid back and normal. He does seem like that, I think, as well. When in his acting and some of his, so he got some good films too, man. Keanu Reeves. Speed was a good film. The Replacement's a really funny film. John Wick's a good film. He's got some really good films. Holy dooly. So if you think he's meant to be laid back and normal, and I think that's part of it, right? And that's kind of why I don't want fucking Aaron Rodgers, because he doesn't seem that way. I would much prefer Mason Rudolph to be our quarterback. Yeah, it's cold. It's what? It's got my jumper, right? I got the jumper on in the hoodie too. I'm feeling pretty warm. It's like 60 degrees. You know what? I never. Oh, The Matrix 2. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't watch that one, to be honest. I wasn't a fan. I don't think I gave it time. I didn't give it time to jump into that movie, to be honest. But The Matrix as well was pretty cool. When The Matrix first came out, this is like fucking pop culture. Oh, Bill and Ted as well. Yeah, Bill and Ted's awesome. The best part of Bill and Ted is when they gamble with death. Like, don't they like that? Don't they like do scissors, paper, rock with death? I'm pretty sure. There you go. I got to watch that. I've never seen it. I watched like the first 10 minutes and I gave up. I was just like, oh, it didn't catch me. But I do remember when the Matrix came out. Shit, when did that come out? The Matrix. 1999. Whoa, dude, that's crazy. That came out in 1999. So 26 years ago. Holy smokes. That's crazy. When that first came out, we went to the cinema to watch that, and we thought that was like that was insane to watch. Back then, I guess too, you didn't have any mobile phones, right? So I would have been 1999. I would have been 10 years of age, and you see this dude flying through the air, doing a little slow mo stuff. It was an insane film. I'm just saying how fast time goes, man. 1999 was The Matrix. That's crazy. I was thinking like maybe like 2000 and something. There you go. Hooly dooly. Yeah, Bill and Ted was cool too. That was like what, even older than that. Yeah, it's a bit cold here. It's not cold, but it's a bit cold. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Does it rock paper scissors? Is the only good one? Is that what the movie was about, right? So they were fearing about Y2K, all that kind of stuff, because apparently the computers couldn't go past 000 or whatever. Well, no, 199. It wouldn't flip over, so they thought like the world was going to end. A lot of people would have made a lot of money out of that as well, But if you go back and watch it now, I guess too, it's like when the other movie came out, the Avatar. When that first came out, everyone was crazed about that. It was like, oh my shit and goodness, So, good times. Oh man, so funny. Remember Y2K fears at the time? Yeah, I must have been, 2000, so 1989. I would have been 11 years of age. I would have been in year 6, going into year 7, high school, around that time, and that's now 25 years ago. And I guess in all those time, when the when did the AFC North change over? Does anyone know that? Does anyone know when the AFC, was it 2001? When did the AFC North create? I think it was like 2001, right? Because the Steelers used to be part of AFC Central or something like that when there was like the Oilers too. So the AFC North's been around what seems like 2001. Let me Google it. But yes, Pepper has been very cold. North was created. When was that created? Am I completely off with 1970? No, that's wrong, AI. Does anyone know when the AFC North was created? 2002. Yeah, they were 2002. G'day, Joey. I don't know what that means. Do you remember the 21st night of September? No idea. Is that a movie? Besides quarterback, which Steeler are you most excited to watch this season? I'll tell you what, I'm getting on the train, and thank you, Joe, for the $1.99 goes towards my Dublin fund. I'm trying to get over there as best I can. So appreciate the $1.99. And to be honest, the Steeler I'm most excited for is right now, I think, is Caleb Johnson. I keep watching his stuff for the OTAs. I keep watching some highlights of him. The guy seems very physical, seems very fast. Seems in his interviews too, he seems very checked in, seems very clued on to be a Steeler. You're going to learn from Jalen Warren, you're going to learn from Kenny G. I think that out of all the players right now, I think he's going to be one to watch. And if I were to maybe do one on the defensive side, I'm keen to watch Peyton Wilson too. I'm keen to watch a Peyton Wilson bounce into his second year as well as a Steeler and see how they use him. Do they blitz him? Do they push him back into coverage? Is he like, manning up on tight ends? Is he going to be wearing the green dot? I think he's going to have a big jump as well. In terms of like responsibility, I think Peyton Wilson is that guy as well. In terms of like responsibility, who's he going to be? So I think, from the offensive standpoint or side, I think Caleb Johnson, number 20, running back, learning the system with Arthur Smith and getting coached by Coach Tomlin, and just being a Pittsburgh Steeler, but also working with Warren and working with Kenny G as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just him being a rookie in this team. I wish Najee all the best and him all the best. But at the same time, I think I'm just excited to see running back have a go. Kevin Reed said, I bought an outfit that was at the club for Y2K. There you go. It was Houston. Okay, Houston. When Houston started in 2002, and now they've been around 23 years and never been to a Super Bowl in 23 years, never won one as well. So it shows you how hard it is to win Super Bowls. I know some people don't like Mike Tomlin, but Houston Texans have been around for 23 years, and they've had some playoff success. Different coaches here and there, different players up and down. J.J. Watt. Remember that I saw an interview with a guy the other day, Brian Cushing. He was an absolutely outrageous middle linebacker, would probably sell his body to make a tackle. So they've been around for 23 years and never won a Super Bowl. So it's fucking hard. It's not easy. Not easy. Larry says, which will happen first, Aaron Rodgers? It could be. Or what's the alternative? I don't know what the alternative is. Which will happen first? I guess I don't want it to happen. I'm at the point now I just think the Steelers got to come out and say that Mason Rudolph's our guy and he's QB1 and he's doing all QB1 things. He's doing all the right things anyway. Jedova says Roman Wilson's going to be the guy too. So, yeah, dead set. Good question, though. It's a good question because we're getting into that part where we're going to watch another week of OTAs. Another week of OTAs, and we got to start to rally behind our team, right? Even though we haven't got the quarterback, we don't think we have. The Steelers obviously have a plan. Maybe they're waiting out for Aaron Rodgers to sign. But it's still an exciting season in that sense. I'm excited to see DK Metcalf too. But yeah, I was watching highlights OTAs of Caleb Johnson, and the guy seems checked in. Seems pretty good. What we get him for a third round pick or whatever it was? I think it was a third round pick. I can't remember. What did we get? Third round pick Caleb Johnson. Yeah, a lot of people too are excited to see Jack Sawyer. And like Mike Tomlin was saying too as well, like some of these guys are Steelers DNA. Derek Harmon, he's learning from Cameron Hayward, so he's going to be exciting to watch too. So I think this team's getting back to fucking physical football. I really do. YA Black's like 6'8" or something. Will Howard can be that guy to learn from players. Carson Bruner is the guy, the son of Mark Bruner, the tight end. Dante Kent was a punt return specialist. So if Calvin Austin getting more reps, so maybe you see a battle there. You're going to see a punting battle too. Cameron Johnson coming back from his injury. It's fun times, man. It's good times. Alrighty, Steel Nation. There's 20 people in here, bro. This has probably the chillest stream ever. Been so good. Been fantastic. If anybody's got any more questions, put them in. Otherwise, we might get on our horse and we'll call it a show. But I thank everyone for coming in because the minute you can go live on a YouTube platform, and I haven't been doing as many videos as I like, but life is getting in the way, and I'm going to try and do as more and more as I can because it is a good place to chill out and talk football. Keen on watching. Yeah, I'm keen for that too, actually, for the offensive line to make another step as well, jump up. If we don't get the receiver or tight end, the Steelers think Roman is the answer to our needs. Could be a possibility, right? I think Omar Khan will probably make one more move, but if they go into camp with it all, I think we just see how it pans out. Here's a question. Thank you, George T, for the Dublin fund, for my Guinness fund. He says, what's the difference between a tire? I didn't know that was going to be a joke. He says, what's the difference between a tire and 365 used condoms? One is a good year. The other is a great year. Well, there you go. I was reading that question like it was an actual question, and I didn't know it was going to be a fucking joke. Jesus Christ. Thank you, George, mate, for the $5 that's going towards my Dublin fund. The next 3 weeks or next 2 weeks, I really have to plan my trip over there. Takes me about 17 hours to get there. And I guess if we wanted to, this stream, I could, what time is it now? If I'm 1 hour in, I could just do another 23 hours. What time is it? USA time. It's 11:44. If we were to do a 24-hour stream, all I've got left is 23 hours. How easy is that? That's how easy it is. But yeah, let's get out of here. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Roberto. Good night, everyone. And Prez, what happened in Denver? I don't know what happened in Denver. I thought it was going to be a real comment. Thank you for that. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be a real comment. I didn't know that when I was reading it, it was a joke. Yeah, funny. That's good. What happened in Denver? I don't know. I don't really watch the news. I have no idea. I'll have to Google it. But yeah, everyone, thank you. Thank you, Darkstorm. Thank you, JW. Yours are fantastic. It's a really great Steelers community. I'm excited to see this team go to like the next level in terms of OTAs this week. I'm looking forward to Will Howard and these guys throwing the ball around. I still would like Mason Rudolph to be quarterback. I still think that the Steelers have a shot at winning the division if they can play competitive football. They can. That's terrible. Didn't know that. That's terrible. So hope everyone's okay out there. But yeah, I don't really watch the news anymore, to be honest. I just kind of bunker down, look up Steeler highlights, watch Steeler stuff, play my Sony, eat some food, and then I watch TV shows. I'm really just watch now. I watch The Simpsons. I watch South Park, and on my days off, just chill the fuck out. So yeah, big respect to them, and I hope they're doing okay out there. That's insane. Alrighty, Steel Nation, you guys are awesome, man. That was so much fun. We had 20. Yeah, Sega. Oh my goodness. Dude, I wish I could, but that's okay. You save your hard-earned coin for another time because I will be going live, but it's going to be a pre-planned 24-hour stream or two back-to-back 12 hours. And I'm going to try and get, I agree, JJ52. I try and stay in the real world as best I can. I'm going to get like podcasters and people on, and we're going to talk for 24 hours. So, and I would appreciate 100% of that. And I give you all the respect to your new job and stuff. But yeah, save it for now because I can't do 24 hours now. Well, not that I can't. I could do it. I probably shouldn't do it this time. But definitely. Thank you, Toddy. Thank you, JJ52, and Afton as well. man, let's get behind our team no matter what, eh? Let's get behind our team. I'm going to record an episode tomorrow for G'day Steelers Nation. Probably talk similar things. Maybe go over a few players who I'm looking out for in OTAs who got to step up and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm a fan. We're fans. We love our team. And I think we can just, once we get over this drama that is QB drama, and we find out who the guy is, it's going to be an exciting season. We're 15 weeks away. We're weeks away from training camp and preseason football, and it's getting back to it. And that's why I'm wearing all these clothes, because it's cold here in Australia. You guys can enjoy your summer. It's going to be fun. So, with, it's going to be a good time. You guys can light up the barbecue, and each and every season is always a great season for Steelers football. We just need to get through the fucking drama, get through the drama that is the QB thing. And if they do to go with Rodgers, fine, we go with Rodgers. But I'm excited for this team, man. I really am. I always am. 2025. Thank you, Joey. Yes. Oh, no. That would do. Oh, Pepper. Oh, man. I can't remember it either, but I do always try and wait for it. Pepper says, thank you for hanging out, y'all. And I can't remember it all. All right, that would do. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you later. This guy, Pepper's favorite guy. I'll see you later. Where is it? See ya.
I'll see you guys later. Left the light on. See you later. Bye.